Welcome to Newslaundry Chhota Hafta. For the full episode, subscribe because it is behind the paywall and only subscribers get access to uncut, complete content. Newslaundry Hafta is our weekly wrap of all that made the news, all that didn't, and all that should have, and all that shouldn't have. We agree, we disagree, we critique, and occasionally we beat each other up. But it's all good fun. Subscribe.
This is a Newslaundry podcast and you're listening to NL Hafta.
अंग्रेज अपना लगान और न्यूज़ लॉन्ड्री अपना हफ्ता कभी नहीं छोड़ते. This is Newslaundry Hafta. I'm your host Abhinandan Sekhri. Thank you so much for joining us. I will introduce the panel, but before I do that, I have my usual suggestion to you to please subscribe and keep news independent, because when the public pays, the public is served, and when corporations pay, corporations are served. Do keep news independent by subscribing to the news organization of your choice. We hope it's Newslaundry. On the panel today, Madhu Trehan. Hi, Madhu.
Hi.
Anand Vardhan.
Hi.
Anand Ranganathan.
Hello.
And Manisha Pandey.
Hello.
Joining us on the phone line is Samrat. So, just to introduce you to the rest of our audience, Samrat is a columnist for Newslaundry, as many of you may know. He's an engineer who turned journalist. You've also written a book, Samrat.
Yes.
Before you wrote
A novel.
And you have been with the Sunday, Hindustan Times, the Asian Age, the New Indian Express, and now you have moved back to Shillong, which is your hometown. Is that right?
Yes.
You're working on another book there?
Yeah, this time I'm working on a non-fiction book on the North.
I see. All right. Lots happened last week. For one, Justin Bieber performed. Why is everyone looking at me like I'm demented?
So happy. I really don't care.
Okay. Amar Singh
It
attended.
does not touch my life.
Amar, I just read
Amar
on,
Singh attended?
I read on Twitter.
Amar Singh attended.
I read on Twitter.
Kiske saath?
I don't know kiske saath, but he was, I'm a believer. Like, dude, I think Amar Singh, make fun of him all you like. The man rocks. Justin Bieber concert. Think about it.
Cool.
Okay. Meanwhile, Kapil Mishra of the
didn't say
Aam Aadmi Party. Sorry?
I didn't say cool. Cool is the most uncool thing to say.
Kapil Mishra of the Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal going at each other as we speak. Kapil
Of
is
the
sitting.
erstwhile Aam Aadmi Party, I think.
Why? Now what is it?
Has he not been removed from the party?
No, he's
No,
been
no.
He's still
suspended. Yeah. He's sitting on hunger strike as we speak. This is regarding some 2 crore bribe that he says he saw Arvind Kejriwal take from Arvind Kejriwal minister. The EVM, then the demonstration, the Delhi Assembly that the country watched wrapped. I don't know how many channels were running it live, of EVM machine being hacked by a member of the Aam Aadmi Party. Then India takes Kulbhushan Yadav case to the International Court of Justice and wins. And I would just like to know if someone on the panel can enlighten us. What if Pakistan doesn't obey this order? What are the repercussions then? Then Republic launched. Finally,
Yes.
Arnab Goswami is on air and we've put out a video welcoming him. We missed you, Arnab. Welcome back. Supreme Court sentences Justice Kannan to 6 months for contempt, bars media from reporting on his judgments. This is the funniest case in a long time. And Madhu, you've been hauled up for contempt once, so maybe we should give it another shot and report on justice.
I'm ready.
Okay, great. Madhu's
But though
ready.
the Indian Express kind of flouted this, right? Because the next day they had a report with his quotes. So I don't know.
Did they?
Yeah. They had a report
Today,
with his...
India Today has reported that he's crossed national boundaries. So it's like 12 mulko ki police unko dhoond rahi hai.
Not reporting about judgment, but you can report his quotes.
Yeah, okay, but not on this, not on his court, on the Supreme Court. They
Not
barred you.
judgment on. He is still free to pronounce judgments.
Listen, just what do they think that when they behave badly, the judges behave badly with each other, then they say, please don't tell anyone. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. We
Yeah.
will report it.
Yeah.
And we must. Then,
Judgments that he has already pronounced, there
Those
may
they
be
can-
very funny bits in it, so you cannot.
oh, I see. So those are the old ones that they. Is that right? Those are the old ones. Okay. So then the caste-related violence breaks out in Saharanpur. Apparently, there's a third breakout in 20 days. We will be bringing you an on-ground report. We have a reporter who has gone there to figure out what exactly is happening. Supreme Court holds Vijay Mallya guilty of contempt. Well, that's the least of his problems. He has bigger problems. And Lalu
That's really
Prasad
funny.
Yadav to face trial for criminal conspiracy in the Fodder scam. Irish police halt investigation of Stephen Fry for blasphemy. We've discussed this last time. Anand, I just thought we'd mention this because sense has prevailed over there.
That's a lovely story.
Yeah.
And no, the reason that they have withdrawn the case is also very interesting.
Yes.
But we'll discuss that. And of course, Kashmir, which is on boil again. There was a horrific killing of an Indian army soldier who had gone on leave for a wedding, who's Kashmiri. And while on leave, he was abducted and murdered by militants. And that has led to much outrage. I'm hoping we will have some peace return to Kashmir, but for now, it seems very unlikely. On that, there was a story of stone pelting during this soldier's funeral, which we found out was true, and that tweet was shared by members of parliament and journalists because it had originated from somewhere and then it was been covered by mainstream
CNN,
media.
yeah.
And when mainstream media
I have a
quotes that...
confession to make.
Yes.
I retweeted it from that Economic Times reporter.
See, I've also retweeted...
Yeah, but what do you do? I mean, if
Same
it's,
here.
you can retweet it because somebody's reported on it. You don't assume that they're just going to go on the basis of a rumor.
That's the thing. You know,
Yeah.
I retweet a
I
lot of
discovered
reports.
it this morning.
Yeah.
I forgot I'd retweeted it.
But when you retweet a report, you're assuming that a news organization with resources has not gone on the basis of a tweet. You know, so
Yeah.
that's a tricky one. We'll discuss that. So, and we have two very nice letters from our subscribers. Madhu, what do you want to start with?
With Stephen Fry.
Okay, let's get that out of the way. So tell our audience what happened.
Well, Stephen Fry was being interviewed by someone in Ireland, a venerable, dignified old man, and he was questioned about God. And Stephen Fry's response was, he asked him, what will you tell God when you reach the pearly gates? So he said, his first words were, bone cancer in children? That's a God? And he said, basically, I'm paraphrasing, that if there is a God who is so vindictive and so mean and causing so much pain and misery all over the world, I can't accept it, basically. And so he said, well, maybe you won't get in the pearly gates. So he says, maybe I don't want to get into that kind of a pearly gate. So then there was some, when it was aired, there was a, Ireland, it's a Catholic country, and so it's really serious. So everybody...
With the population of Delhi Public School.
Yes. So it basically, there was a big buzz against it. And then the police decided to take action, but they have a law that they can only take action if enough people object to a statement. And nobody objected to it.
There weren't enough people who were
There weren't
outraged.
enough people to
That
be
is what was
outraged.
beautiful, 'cause-
Yeah, that is what's the lovely story. They said, he wants to say it, let him say it. Who cares?
So, okay, now that we have that out of the way, can we just speak on the launch of the channel that happened this week?
Which one?
Republic.
There was a channel that launched.
Come on.
Gosh,
Let's not.
really?
We put out
How
a
did
video.
I miss it?
Republic TV.
Republic TV. So let's start with the guest. Samrat, did you watch much of it this week? Did you watch any of the shows? 9 to 12, 12 to 3?
I got bits of it. I can't say that I sort of spent a lot of time watching it. I happened to be in Guwahati when it was launching, so I had the pleasure of watching it watching the launch in Arnab's hometown.
Oh, yes.
How symbolic.
So it was quite interesting. The sort of local reaction over there. The house I was staying in was this Assamese family, and they sort of introduced the thing as, Colonel Goswami's son has started a channel, and
His
so
father's an army
it was
officer.
interesting.
Oh, I see. Okay, like that. And what do you think? Is it what you expected it to be?
So, well, when I heard it was going to launch, I think there was initially some talk that it was going to be a global channel. And so I did harbor some fond hopes that, Arnab would sort of go back to being the Oxford sophisticate, vagara, and come up with a serious global channel. But I suppose I was hoping for too much. I guess this is like news are taken into 24 hours.
Well, that makes you and Madhu, because I remember Madhu during this whole build-up, she was saying, no, he's going to change the game again. Now everyone started copying him. He's going to become a proper journalist.
Yeah, I was very optimistic.
Madhu, the eternal optimist. Well, that's what I think makes sure that Madhu's always remains.
Yeah, but he can still make it a global channel. But like CNN is in every hotel room, and now Russia Today is also in a lot of Putin's propaganda arm is also in a lot of hotel rooms. So if he can get Republic in a lot of hotel rooms, but I don't think I know that's his aim, that's his ambition. But I think he has not taken into account. Actually the business and the cost side of that. That's huge.
I think there's a reason he hasn't taken that into account.
To distribute around the world, which Z News and ZTV and NDTV and India Today channel have all tried it. And it's not that simple.
What Republic has done is put people like Rahul Shivshankar, Navika Kumar and Anand Narsiman on drugs. It has completely, they are on cocaine.
Yeah.
He was there. Now, first of all, what they did a story, and Madhu can come in here. Madhu has covered Kashmir more than all their ages put together. That there is a nexus between ISI gives money to Shabir Shah. Fuck no. I mean, seriously, we didn't know that. I mean, because that was what they were competing with, right? When they launched, they said, we're going to do an expose at 10 o'clock in the morning. They had timed an expose at the same time.
And that's an old story. That they've even shown Shabir Shah's mansion and everything years ago.
Everyone there is paid by Pakistan. I don't know when you guys started reporting on Kashmir, but the entire Kashmir ecosystem lives on money that comes from there and from here.
Sara mat batao.
Sara nahi batayenge. For more on that, you must watch Clothesline, because we've done a very good piece on that. In that, clubbing everyone, militants, separatists, stone pelters, liberals. So, the language they use. And this is where, Anand Vardhan, I disagree with you. It's not a question of aesthetics. Aesthetics is a very grey, subjective matter. There are specific inaccuracies and liberties that they take where they club a terrorist with someone who's of a liberal view. And then in their rant, this, I am quoting that young Anand Narsiman. I don't know that lad knows what he's saying. These people should be exterminated. I am quoting. Exterminated. It is not aesthetics. That is fuck mad. Okay, Manisha, now why don't you start? Let's start with the
EVM.
Now this time I'll just say my piece out there. The EVM piece and the 2 crore bribe of Arvind Kejriwal. I think Lallan Top had a very nice piece, which is an India Today property, and also Dainik Bhaskar on the questions that, and it was very encouraging to see Lallan Top or Dainik Bhaskar saying 10 questions that should have been asked to Kapil Mishra. Mishra. That weren't asked. That Kapil Mishra said it's gospel truth. Sahara Diaries we didn't see this kind of coverage.
Not at all, yeah.
And Kapil Mishra, what time was this given? What date was it? Later he said it was Friday. He says what time, because Jayan said I wasn't there on Friday. So 10 questions that they put out, which basically my concern is, and I can be mocked for my AAP sympathies, the kind of witch hunt that is being seen against this party, historically, in my living memory, it has never been seen. And being cheered on by people because they dislike AAP, not because the process being followed. Today, as we record this, the IT government has sent a notice that AAP gave wrong audited accounts, so they have to pay tax on it. They are discrediting their audit. At the same time, the government is amending the FCRA Act again so that they get insulated from the foreign fundings that they took, the BJP government. All governments do this. That's not a problem. That's not unique. What is unique is that we have reached a level of polarization. You can hate Arvind Kejriwal, you can hate the AAP, but endorsing completely unconstitutional and unfair means of using state arms to finish that party, and the applause that gets is something that I've seen unique for the first time. That's my rant.
No,
Manisha,
I completely agree with you on the television, at least the television coverage on AAP. I haven't seen that sort of reporting.
Generally, my aunt, not aunt, I was leaving the house today. So my neighbor, she says, Mrs. Chandra, मैंने तू बड़ा पसंद है, लेकिन जो तेरा दोस्त है ना अरविंद, उसकी बड़ी बेइज्जती हो रही है, बड़ा अच्छा है. उसने तो अंदर ही कर देना चाहिए था. मैंने कहा आंटी अंदर कर देंगे मतलब गलती है, मतलब इलीगल नहीं होगा. वो की होता है अंदर ते जाए कोई भी कारण लब लें. This is what regular people. She's a general's wife. Sorry, auntie, if you listen to this, but that's what I think.
Maybe she supports the BJP or something.
Of course
like
she
that.
does.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm
So
saying is they don't care. They don't care what method is used.
But anyway, I mean, television channels have more responsibility than our neighborhood aunties. I mean, the way they talk about Kejriwal, now what will motor mouth do? You know, it's very. And I'm no fan of Arvind Kejriwal or Aap. And I think if you're a journalist covering the party, you should hold them accountable. You should ask Aap questions about everything. But the way television media reports on them, it's that disdain is special. And I think probably because he is Aam Aadmi and he rose from nowhere, so that he's never going to get that kind of respect that maybe a legacy politician gets in India. Maybe it's the fact
Modi's
that
not a legacy politician.
No, but I don't know, he's a 3-time...
RSS. I mean, it's...
RSS is sort of an established... Like, I don't know if Akhilesh ke bare mein aisa koi bolega, despite the defeat.
I think that's a wrong thesis because there's so many who are non-legacy politicians who... I don't think that's the issue.
Or the Gandhis also for that matter. I don't know. I think maybe because he is an Aam Aadmi, so you think you can treat him like... I mean, he deserves that sort of...
I don't think that's the issue.
कहाँ आम आदमी कहाँ है वो?
I mean, Aam Aadmi Party has this...
He's
one of our
He's
own.
created
He
it.
was in Indian Revenue Service, which is an elite service.
No, I mean, but the way they've positioned themselves is that, you know, he's your
Everyone
whatever.
was armed
Anyway,
at
that's
some
what I
point.
think. I think that Aam Aadmi thing does sort of work against him. And on the EVM thing, I think AAP is doing a bit thoda zyada drama because EC has said, you come, we're going to do a hackathon towards the end of May. You come and you hack our machines. AAP is now like, nahi karne nahi de rahe hain, hum apni machine. It's just, it comes at the right time also because they want to deflect attention from Kapil's allegations. But I think on EC, they need to chill it a little. Like they have said, come, hack it. Go there and hack it. Show us.
सुन लिया अफ्रीका मुफत खोरों. Not to brag or anything, but Newslaundry Hafta features in the top 50 in the world on SoundCloud in the news and politics category for podcasts. So do subscribe and see what you're missing, because when the public pays, the public is served. When advertisers pay, advertisers are served. Subscribe, help keep news independent and free.
All Newslaundry podcasts are available on iTunes and Stitcher and any other podcast platform.